What's up, Woodworking Nation, and welcome back to Armor God Woodworks. Man, we got something really cool in here that we're doing today. We're building a hickory countertop out of live edge slabs, and we've already got the countertop part of it assembled. We got everything straightened, put together, and we've got to just add the breadboards to it. So I went back, pulled through some stock that we had here at the shop, and I've got a hickory slab back there that's like 32 inches wide. It's got a split down the middle, so that was perfect for what we're doing here, which is making breadboards. Started out as about 1.7/8 thick. We planed it down to 1.25 thick, which is a standard thickness of a countertop. And so this will have a sink in it. It's on an island. It's going to be super nice, and it'll have a hangover on the back for like where people can sit behind it and eat like a bar. So it's going to be really cool. Now we've got to put breadboards on the end of this countertop that we're doing. And so the slab that we had up here, it was live edge on both. Matter of fact, it still got the bark on it. And so what we got to do is we've got to straighten that edge, and then we got to straighten the other edge so that we can add our breadboard to our countertop. The tool that we chose to do that with is the joiner. I hadn't done any videos on here using a joiner. That's one of the machines that, you really need to have one in your shop. It's pretty important. It doesn't really matter what size it is, as long as it does what you need it to do in your shop. The one that we have here is 8 inches wide and it's 72 inches long. It's the GO 656P from Grizzly. It's a really good unit. It's got the P on it because it's the Polar Series. But anyways, really cool tool. Most of the tools that we have in here, our bigger machinery is Grizzly. And so, we've had a lot of success with the Grizzly tools. And if anything ever happens to them, the technical support is just great. And you can call them, they call you back, they email you. If something happens to the machine, they get parts to you really quick. I've got a dust collector right over there that we had a start capacitor went out on it a couple times, and we would have the new one within a couple of days, just through, they would kind of help us figure out what was going on with it and run us through the electrical tests and all that stuff. So if you need a company that's going to give you like really good technical support, Grizzly's the way to go, hands down. I've never had a problem with any of their equipment, and so we've just been really satisfied. But anyways, getting back to what we're doing, we've got a really gnarly edge on this side. It's bark, and that's really why I wanted to do this video, because we've got a bark edge on here. And so I know it's a nasty looking piece, but as soon as we get done with it, it'll be perfectly flat and it'll be perfectly straight. And then we'll take it over to the table saw and do the final width pass on it. So let's get all this turned on. I will tell you that my dust collector is right over here behind me, probably where the microphone is, and it's gonna get loud. So you probably want to turn your phone down a little bit, or whatever device you're watching this on, and just to make sure that if anybody's sleeping, you don't wake them up. So anyways, let's get this stuff fired up and we'll get this thing straight. when you're using the joiner, you want to make sure you use a little bit of ear protection, maybe some eye protection. But I use these IsoTunes headphones. They're really awesome. I'm not sponsored by IsoTunes or anything, but I really like the way that these work. I can hear my machine run, but I can also hear the music coming out of it, so it's a win-win. I need to be able to hear my machine run, so that if it starts doing anything goofy, I can catch it before I kill it. So anyways, a little bit about a joiner. When you're using these things, the best thing to do is practice. Sometimes they can be a little bit difficult to learn how to use. You got to have a certain technique to be able to do it, and the best thing to do is just practice until you get your technique the way that you want it to be. When you're doing something like this, you want to make sure that your bow is up in the board that you're straightening. You don't want to try to do it where your crown is down, because the board's just going to boat tail in there with you like that, and it's really hard to straighten that side that's like that. So you want it going up instead of bowing down. If you put the rocking chair leg down, it's really difficult to get it straight. It's better to try to straighten something like that in a table saw. But doing a piece like this is pretty easy to do. But there is a little bit of physics that takes place whenever you're doing this. You want to make sure your pressure is to the fence and down on the deck of this, because you're trying to make sure that the bottom edge that's against the joiner is getting parallel or perpendicular to the face of the top that you're using. So you want to make sure that you're pushed up to the fence, your fence is square to the deck, and that you're pushed up against it, and you're always, make sure that you got that pressure to the fence and down on the table. Don't run overly fast, just kind of take it easy, and it'll straighten right up for you. Takes a little bit of patience, but take your time with the machine, learn how to use it, learn the ins and outs of it, and just make sure that above all things that you're safe with it. These things can be dangerous. They can snag a finger. We got a pretty good protection piece right there that, kind of keeps our hands out of it. But that's not saying that, it won't get in there. So just be careful, pay attention to what you're doing, and make sure that you got that pressure down and in. It's nothing to be afraid of. A joiner, some people are scared of them, but it's really, once you get used to it and once you get your technique, it doesn't really matter what other people are doing. You make sure that your technique works for what you're doing. So anyways, that's about it on the joiner. And appreciate you stopping by and checking out Armor of God Woodworks today. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you hit that like and hit the notification bell, so whenever we come on with a new video, you'll be able to receive it. So anyways, I hope everybody has a blessed day. We're just going to keep on rocking right here. We got a lot to do, and I hope to see you soon. We'll come out with some new videos. So y'all have a blessed day, and we'll holler at you later.